Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a reading about how your person is currently feeling about you, whatever your situation. You'll know if you resonate with this reading or not. I did try and do this reading today in my van, but I couldn't get comfortable enough to channel properly because people kept pulling up beside me and I couldn't do it. So maybe your person is feeling, I don't know, like embarrassed about how they're feeling. And then when I was setting up for this reading, the tarot deck that I chose fell off the table and there was like this tower moment. So maybe your person is having some sort of revelation about you with that energy. And the only card that fell upright, like face up, was this Five of Cups. So we see, someone, I don't want to say crying over spilled milk, but someone is feeling the loss of you here is what's coming through. But yeah, we'll see what comes out in the reading. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. So this person could, maybe they find you very healing. And sometimes that can intimidate people when you make them want to heal. I am filming this at night, so the lighting's a little bit different, so hopefully the shadows aren't too harsh or anything for anybody. That's interesting. Because I was just talking about you healing this person, and that sometimes people, that can trigger them. And then I started talking about harsh shadows. So maybe you triggered some of this person's shadows is what I'm hearing. But yeah, let's get into your reading. I haven't done a reading since Sunday. I know that I've been posting them, but I filmed all of those on the weekend and it's Wednesday. So I've been, itching to do a reading for you. And I felt like this is the deck that I chose this morning when I was picking all my decks. So let's look at their hidden feelings for you. What is this? Remember that day that I threw that card, everything in divine timing? This patience, I guess it ended up in this deck. So that could be a sign. It says give it time. So maybe you need to give this person time. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Healing does take time. It's a slow process. I've been on my healing journey for 4 years, so it does take time. And they say that it depends on how much, how many years you've spent not healing. You can't just snap your fingers and heal. Sometimes it can take years, is what I'm hearing. So let's have a look at what's happening here. I don't think, maybe you've known this person for years. Look, we have time. That's exactly that give it time. Healing takes time. Cycles take time to come to a close. Lessons take time to, learn from. Tower moments take time to happen. So really interesting energy right off the get-go. So Spirit, we're looking at this person's hidden feelings for my viewer. We have trapped. So there could be something stopping them from coming towards you right now. That trapped card is like Eight of Swords energy. And I was talking about trauma and shadows, and this Eight of Swords energy can be trauma that keeps us stuck. Trauma that keeps us in self-limiting beliefs. The other thing I'm hearing is someone could be married here. Again, no judgment for me. I'll save you. I'll save you my little rant about that this time. But no judgment for me, and no one else should be judging you either unless they're in that situation. We have nourish and beauty. And remember, this is how they're feeling about you. So this is very much like Empress energy, self-growth, self-focused soul finding. So clearly this person feels like you're someone who's really focused on yourself right now. Maybe you are not chasing them right now. We also have charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Maybe your name is Grace. Beauty and the Beast could be symbolic. Kind-hearted. And if this is someone with like self-limiting beliefs and trauma, and maybe they grew up in a chaotic household, maybe they don't know what to do when someone is kind-hearted and shows them unconditional love. Maybe they self-sabotaged, I'm hearing. Construction in my house should be done this week. Should be. Should be. We have silence. So you could be being silent with them, but clearly there's no contact between you right now. And if there is, I wouldn't say it's much with that silence card. So Spirit, we're looking at my viewers' person's hidden thoughts and feelings about this situation. We have one day. Oh, that's what I was feeling too. Like all that energy about give it time. It'll take time. Healing takes time. Cycles take time. I'm hearing like the alignment of the planets and moon cycles take time. And here we have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. So this is someone who knows that in the future, they see a connection with you, and that I'll have to see what else comes out. I don't know if this is someone thinking, like, one day, wouldn't it be nice if we could be together? Or this is someone who is in that mindset of, yes, I know I want to be with this person, and someday I will be with them in the right way after I heal. Give it time. Or for some of you, you could be dealing with someone who's in that mind frame of maybe in another lifetime, which is kind of, you know, that kind of energy gives me someone who's feeling very defeated. So again, we'll have to wait and see what else comes out in this reading. We have twin flames, oh my goodness, and hoping. So that's what I meant about how we'll have to wait and see. This is someone who's hoping that someday you will be able to come back together again, maybe once lessons are learned. Looks like this person feels a twin flame connection with you, even if they don't know what that is. So this could be someone who, you know, would describe, maybe not. I just heard for some of you, maybe they don't open up about this connection. But this would be someone who is feeling like this is a connection that, like, unlike any connection they've ever experienced before. The feelings they have for you, unlike anything they've experienced before. Twin flames, you probably triggered this person's shadows like no one has done before. Maybe no one has challenged this person to grow in the past. Maybe people overlooked their behavior or just didn't give them the time of day. But maybe you're someone who, twin flames, sees the, maybe you got a glimpse of this person's higher self, and maybe you do have hope and are confident that someday they can change. With that twin flame card, we also have mirroring. So whatever you're doing right now, they're mirroring that. So if you're feeling sad, they're feeling sad. If you're feeling nostalgic, they're feeling nostalgic. If you're healing, they're healing. Clearly, the two of you triggered each other's shadows, is what's coming out. And yeah, they are hoping that someday, one day, I'm hearing not today, that the two of you can come back together. So it's probably not happening today. But yeah, let's get into it. Do we want to look at one more? We have hopeless. So we have hoping and hopeless, which is showing me this is someone flip-flopping. This is someone, and then we have sorrow, 5 of Cups. So this is someone who goes back and forth between feeling hopeless and hoping for this connection. And I can already hear that maybe some of you are experiencing that right now. Maybe some of you mirroring. One day, your intuition is telling you that everything will be okay and that this is your person. And then the next day, you're feeling really hopeless. Again, I feel like you're picking up on your person's energy. I wasn't going to mention it unless this twin flame card came out, and it did. But the other day I bought myself, as you know, I'm not good at buying myself things or treating myself. I took my kid out again, and I bought this really sweet bracelet, which is obsidian and howlite, and it's a yin yang, of course. So yeah, twin flames, interesting. Yin and yang. So Spirit, let's look at this person's hidden thoughts and feelings about my viewer. You're amazing. That's what I just heard. I'm biased, you know. I think that all of you are pretty fucking great. I just love all of you so much. So of course, you know, I think you're amazing, and I know that this person knows it too deep down. So let's see this person. Divine feminine! Sorry. That makes me so happy when that boundaries. Okay. So that makes me so happy. So this person is feeling like you're their divine feminine. Everything I said about unexplainable connection, they've never felt something like this before. It also shows me for their hidden thoughts and feelings about you that they're seeing you as the divine feminine right now. So someone who is very like, maybe again, you showed them unconditional love and maybe they didn't know how to hold that love. And I'm not here to make excuses for them, but some people don't know how to hold space for that type of love. They don't know what to do with it. They subconsciously sabotage it, especially if this person is like wounded and full of trauma. And if you, I'm touching it, so now I have to get it. But this Sacred Woundings card, I was talking to the creator of this deck, and she's actually created a guidebook with spreads in it. So I'm getting it. I'm getting it so that we can dive even deeper into our wounding. Do you remember when I got that deck and I was afraid of it? And now I'm just like, give me more. Again, when you start healing your shadows, it makes you more powerful, in my opinion. And just once again, people ask, how do I heal these shadows? Being aware of them, being self-aware of them, and then recognizing when those shadows and woundings are being triggered and coming out is such a huge part of that journey, because then you can start to, again, once you can see that cycle happening, you can start to stop it. You can start to work with it. You're aware of it. You know, like for example, if you have like a rejection wound, and somebody rejects you and you're aware that you have that rejection wound, or someone, there's perceived rejection. Once you're aware that you have that wound and you feel that rejection wound when somebody does that to you, it's almost like instead of looking at them like, oh, they rejected me, how dare they reject me? You're more self-aware and you say, okay, they're clearly triggering a rejection wound within me. Why am I feeling like this? Where does it come from? Are they really rejecting me? And I'm hearing for some of you, yeah, my person really rejected me. And I believe it. But anyway, divine feminine and boundaries for how they feel about you, only you. Divine masculine. Oh my goodness gracious. So hidden thoughts and feelings, they're seeing you as a divine feminine. There's a boundary here. So either you stood in your power and put up a boundary and said, no, enough is enough. I deserve better. I'm drawing a line in the sand. Or they created this boundary by rejecting you or running away from you, and maybe you had no choice but to put this boundary up. I'm not here to tell you that just because, like, I don't think that you're any less amazing if this person had to reject you before you put up this boundary. You know, you're not less of a person than the person who saw they weren't being treated right and put up that boundary themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? I just wanted to make that clear. And we have Only You. The movie Only You could be symbolic with Marissa Tomei and Robert Downey Jr., or those names could be symbolic. We have Memories, Longing, Six of Cups energy, Reminiscing, Bittersweet, Longing again, Divine Masculine. That, my friend, is interesting. So it's almost looking like this person sees you as the only one for them, but they've created this wall here. And this person is reminiscing, and they know they need to be the ones to step up here with the masculine, the divine masculine energy. Oh my goodness. So let's see what else comes out. Let's look at this person's hidden thoughts and feelings. We're being secretive, are we? All right. Hidden thoughts and feelings. We're being all kinds of secretive here. So we have chemistry on the bottom. Insane chemistry. Attraction, spark, passion. I'm hearing magnetic attraction, and we have rejection. So they could have rejected that. Or maybe you rejected them. We have conflict and fantasy. So this is that energy that I was getting in the beginning, where this person goes from being hopeful about this connection to feeling hopeless. And you see it here, like they're imagining a future with you. They're fantasizing about you. They're daydreaming about you. Throat chakra. But then like the clouds come in and all of a sudden they're conflicted. So I feel like they're questioning this, or again, I'm hearing flip-flopping back and forth. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if you're picking up on that in your energy. Like one day, again, you could feel fine, and then the next day you're like, am I just delusional? So let's look at these cards. We have exhaustion, long journey, twin flame journey. You know, long journey. It's not an easy one. When I started my journey 4 years ago, I thought, it's not going to take that long. I laugh at myself for even thinking that. I thought that I didn't have to follow the rules of the twin flame journey, that I could break the mold or whatever, but how naive I really was. And it's also showing that this person, when those cards fell earlier, I was wondering if this person is going through tower moments, trying to get them to wake up, conflict in their life. We have bluff, pretending. So this could be someone who's going through a lot in their life and they're feeling very drained, but they're not showing this. So this could be someone who's like posting, you know, little highlights of the best things of their life, or they could be posting things online that make it look like they're happy. This is someone who's pretending, you know, they're not going through a lot in their life. This could also be someone who's autistic, who learned how to wear a mask and mask through certain situations. This could have been someone who pretended they didn't have feelings for you. What am I doing? Keep those over here, Spirit said. We have healing. Ugh, I love to see it. And we have bitterness. So for some of you, there could be a bit of bitterness that you are healing and you're releasing them. You know, with that boundary card in Divine Feminine and this bitterness card, this could have been someone who spoke hurtful words to you, or again, you triggered their shadows and they became quite angry and defensive. And perhaps that's why you had to release it. Again, for some of you, this person could be going through an ego death where they're seeing you move on and they're seeing you happy and healing and releasing them. And it's causing them to feel that resentment that you're leaving them behind, because maybe you were someone who was always giving to this person, right? Let me just straighten these up a bit. The office could be symbolic. I just heard Dwight in my head. Or Michael. I heard Dwight and Michael, so those names could be symbolic. I guess that's straight. I don't know. This could also be someone who, and maybe you have experienced this mirroring in your journey, long journey, that you could almost, they could almost be resentful of this journey. Like I'm hearing someone say like, why can't I stop thinking about them? And why can't I just move on? And why do they affect me like this? Why am I dreaming about them? Why am I seeing their name everywhere, you know? And maybe you have experienced that in your journey. You know, I feel like mirroring happens at the same time, but in some circumstances, it happens at a delay. So like, for example, if you felt rejected and abandoned by this person, and then time passes, and then like 6 to 9 months down the road, all of a sudden they see you in Divine Feminine energy healing, and all of a sudden they're feeling abandoned and rejected by you. That's what I mean about sometimes it happens at a delay. So the way these cards fell, fantasy came up underneath Divine Feminine. I didn't plan that. I just kind of intuitively placed the cards while I was talking. And again, fantasy ended up under Divine Feminine. So this is someone who's daydreaming about you. Again, this is someone who sees you as their Divine Feminine. All right, So remember, I was just talking about rejection. Yeah, we have rejection here. They could have rejected this very intense connection. I know that I shared a tiny little snippet of my journey the other day, but I tried to reject it when I felt it because, you know, I wasn't in the place to be feeling this type of feelings, these type of feelings for someone. I wasn't in the place in my life. It just happened. And I tried to reject it. I tried to push it away, this magnetic spark. So maybe your person has experienced that. All right. I also want to mention fantasy daydreaming. By daydreaming about you, this person is actively manifesting you, even if they don't realize it. So let's keep going. All right. We have pain. So this exhaustion, long journey, this is actually someone who's in pain from being away from you. I'm not sure how long you've been apart. For some of you, I feel like maybe it's been a while. But this is someone who's about to hit their breaking point is what I'm hearing. And apprehensive, afraid, cautious. So this could be someone who's very apprehensive about coming towards you because there is that boundary there. Maybe they're with that rejection card. They could be worried you'll reject them. And I always say, if this is someone who's in that energy that they think you're going to reject them or they fear that rejection and they're a divine masculine, they're not ready to step up. In order for them to step up, like the emperor doesn't care if the person they're going towards rejects them. They take that leap of faith anyway. They take charge of that situation, whether they're going to be rejected or not, whether there's someone else in the picture or not. Anyway, let's see bluff. We have spying. Listen, I did say when that bluff card came out that this person could be posting things on social media. It says social network. They could be posting things on social media that are not portraying the real picture of what's going on in their life. And yes, on some social media platforms, there are creators who are very honest about what they're going through. You know, I'm thinking of when I used to do autistic and ADHD content. I didn't sugarcoat it. I would, you know, if I was having a bad day about an autistic experience, I would share about it on my TikTok. I'm more so talking about, I'm not talking about influencers like that. I'm talking about people who post on their stories and things like that. So I feel like this is someone who's posting content on social media that makes it look like everything's fine when really it's not. The other energy that's coming through for this line right here is that this is someone who's watching you, but they're doing it in a secretive way. So I've said it before. I had somebody look at my story once on, I think it was Facebook, and I saw their name appear, and then a minute later it disappeared. And it led me to, I'm not tech savvy, so I don't really spy or creep people online. And no judgment if you do either. I'm not here to judge you. But my point is that it led me to the interweb where I was like, is there a way to watch someone without them seeing that you're watching them? And all this information came up about little tricks that you can do, like sticking your phone in airplane mode or something, just as you're opening up there. Now I'm giving people ideas. But there are ways around being seen watching someone. So I do feel like this is someone who's secretively watching you, whether that's with fake accounts, whether that's through someone else's account. Maybe they're like, give me your phone so I can look, to their friend or something. Take that as it resonates. And we have beginnings on the bottom. So this is someone who's watching you. Maybe they're feeling like you are on this new beginning, new direction, starting over. All right, let's get another one. We have healing, releasing, cleansing, third parties. Interesting. So for some of you, this person is releasing third-party interference. And I always say third-party interference doesn't have to be another person. It does not have to be another person. We have emotional storm on the bottom. commitment. So for some of you, maybe they're releasing a commitment. I did talk about it at the beginning of this reading. But this is someone who is, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Third-party interference doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be anything that got in the way of this person prioritizing this connection. I just heard including their own ego. Their ego could have been a third-party interference. It could have had an entity of its own is what I'm hearing. Or it could have taken on a life of its own within this connection. Same with their wounding. It could have also been that there was third-party interference and you had to release this person because it was, it was hard on you, is what I'm hearing with that emotional storm. Unhealthy attachment styles could have been the third-party interference. So like if this person was an avoidant, for example, that could have gotten in the way of this connection. What is this bitterness about? What is this bitterness about? We have escaping, as I just said, avoiding and avoidant attachment. We have avoiding. So it feels like this is someone who is, there goes my throat chakra. And I was just about to mention communication and that this person, listen to my throat, that this person could be pushing you away or has pushed you away in the past because I'm seeing the Five of Wands in reverse. They don't want to add fuel to the fire. This is someone who's avoiding conflict. I also feel like this is someone, it's coming through again, that this is someone who's had moments where they are resentful. And again, I feel like you felt this way at least once on this journey where you felt resentful towards, I don't think I've ever come across a divine feminine who's never once had that feeling of why did this happen to me? And have a little bit of resentment that you can't, let go of this person, or you can't forget about them, or the universe doesn't stop sending you signs and synchronicities. So, there could have been hurtful words and then this person avoiding you or running away after they said those hurtful words, and maybe that's where that boundary went up. But I'm also hearing, like I said, that this is someone who doesn't want to hurt you right now. So if they're being quiet, that's why. Anyway, we have clinging, holding on, obsessing. So again, resentment over the fact that they can't let you go, that it doesn't matter how much they avoid. It doesn't matter if they block you. It doesn't matter if they push you away. Also, somebody asked me about blocking and when people block you. And I've been the person who has blocked their counterpart. And it comes from a very, very, very triggered place. So if this person spontaneously blocked you, especially if they were watching you online and they saw that you were doing really well and they just up and blocked you out of nowhere, or maybe you were posting things about healing, I just feel like you were triggering this person's shadows. Again, that block button comes from a triggered place. Let's get another one. We have breaking point, which is exactly what I was hearing with this one, that this person is about to hit their breaking point when it comes to this connection. We have obsession on the bottom again, which is like devil energy. So this person cannot stop thinking about you and they're about to hit their breaking point is what I'm hearing. Interesting. So I'm actually going to get, Spirit's telling me to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So 5 more, they're hidden thoughts and feelings. We have Knight of Wands energy. So you could have, again, you could have triggered this person's running energy. This person could also see you, having a lot of good times in your life right now. I wouldn't say that you're chasing thrills, but I feel like this person is watching you have a good time or evolve or glow up. And look, we have ego on the bottom. So it's almost like this person's ego is preventing them from coming towards you, or it's triggering their ego. It also could have been with this Knight of Wands energy that this person was quite inconsistent, third-party interference. And maybe you tried to say something to them and you triggered their pride and their ego. All right, let's keep going. That one fell on the floor. So we have hoping. We have past life. So this person feels like they have a past life with you. Song, Past Life. Is it Past Life by the Arkells? Or is it Past Life by Elijah Wood? Is that someone who does music? I don't know. Elijah Wood. I'm not thinking of... That's not the actor, is it? Because that's not... I'm not trying to think about the actor. I'm really horrible with names. Is that the actor? Anyway, maybe the name Elijah's symbolic. But there's some song, Past Lives by Elijah something. Why can't I remember the Frodo's last name? Is that Elijah Woods? Clearly I'm like there's a crossed wire in my brain. But Past Life by Elijah someone, or the Arkells song recommendation. We have Shocking Tower Moment and Finality. Look at that. So it feels like maybe this person didn't think that you were going to leave them behind. This finality, there's something that feels very final about this. So maybe you said something, maybe they said something, and now their ego is too inflated to take back their hurtful words. But it feels to me like this person is almost shocked at the fact that they feel so helpless with the finality of this situation. My throat is so messed up for your reading. It happened when I touched these cards right here. My throat completely changed. So blocked throat chakra, and in those wounding cards, it talks about blocked throat chakra and how that, again, that mentality, if they wanted to reach out to me, they would. Well, clearly something is stopping them, whether it's wounding, whether it's what's going on in their life, whether it's the universe. I always say, if this person was going to come in and hurt you, like with this energy, the universe isn't going to allow that. Archangel Michael's not going to allow that protection. So we have past life, and then we have hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. So, you know, maybe there was some sort of finality to this, and this person is hoping that you're going to be the one to make the move and come back towards them. I sure hope that's not very crooked. All right, so we're going to get tarot now to really figure out what's going on here. So this is called Heart's Hidden Desires, and I think I got this deck off of Amazon, if I'm being honest. And then this one is Dreamy Moons Tarot, which I got off a tarot stack, and this is the light edition. I'm actually not sure if they make this right now. When I got it, I think it was supposed to be a limited edition, but they have the original version, which is the black one, which is also very nice. Anyway, I'm trying to give you the decks because I have a lot of decks and it's hard for me to put it in the description. So that's interesting. The first card that I'm cutting open to is the Five of Stars in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is definitely someone who sees you making positive changes and growing. And this is definitely someone who knows they want to come back in out of the cold. Again, maybe they fear you're going to reject them. This could also be that this person is feeling like you've helped them make positive changes in their life by triggering some of these shadows, or maybe you said something to them. I'm actually... Before I get this, there's something I want to do. I want to see... Look, this card is haunting me. What is happening? I just put it over there without knowing what deck I was sticking it on. And I stuck it on my animal deck, and it says, give it time, everything in divine timing. And then we have this other timing card. Interesting. I just want to see how they're feeling about you right now. Unconditional love with the otter, definitely. I'm hoping I can do this without the book. We have the hyena. Interesting. You could be very funny, or you could have a good sense of humor. But I want to look at how they're feeling about you, the oyster. So you could be very closed off to them right now. You could also be, you know, evolving and shining your light. Look at the light coming out from behind this oyster. So you definitely could have, you could be holding back your energy from this person right now. I just felt really called to see how they're feeling about you with this deck. We have the crocodile. We could have had it all rolling in the deep. Is that Adele? I'm going to be, Elijah Woods is the actor, isn't it? I'm just laughing at myself. Is it? I don't know why Elijah keeps coming through, but it does. So crocodile watching you, right? This is someone who's watching you, getting ready to make their move. But every time I see this card, I immediately hear we could have had it all. So this is someone like looking at you, you know, they're perceiving you as doing great and glowing up and moving on without them, whether that's the truth or not. You know, maybe you don't feel that way, but they're perceiving you that way. And again, we could have had it all, is what I keep hearing. So how is this person feeling about you right now? How is this person feeling about you right now? Oh my, I do need my book. Listen, we've got the raccoon on the bottom. Do you see what I mean? There's this energy of this person keeping an eye on you, very sneaky. And also, I feel like you triggered this person's shadows. I just have to go across the room and get the book. Yeah. All right. So the gazelle is interesting. Let's just look at this card for a minute. The gazelle is sitting. It's not moving. It's not running. I don't know why, but I feel like this person feels you're not afraid of them anymore. And now I'm hearing Kevin. I'm not afraid. Do you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. So maybe the name Kevin is symbolic. But it feels like this person, I don't know why that's coming through or why you would have been afraid of them in the past. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You, that card right there, not you. That card, your person. Resentful and hurtful words. So maybe at one point you were afraid of them. Maybe they did trigger you. But it's like, I'm hearing I'm not afraid anymore. Heightened awareness. Oh my goodness. So they feel like you're someone who has a very heightened awareness of energy, of people. You could be like high priestess energy. Maybe you saw right through them. And again, maybe you're not afraid of them anymore. Maybe you were a divine feminine who, when you were in like a more unhealed version of yourself, maybe you were afraid to put up boundaries, or maybe you were afraid to speak your mind in some way. We have graceful, perceptive, artistic, and remember that graceful card came out. So this is someone seeing you as very graceful. Again, very perceptive. You can read energy. Maybe you could read this person's energy. You know, maybe I do know that a lot of autistic people can read energy, but like I've experienced it with my own counterpart where we can kind of read each other's energy, and it's very hard because there's nowhere to hide when you can read each other's energy. Like you cannot mask this bluff card. So maybe this person tried to mask and you saw right through them, right? Maybe this person would say like, nothing's wrong, and you knew that there was something wrong. Or maybe this person lied to you about something and you saw through them. But again, when someone can read energy, you can't really hide. Like there's nowhere to hide when someone can read your energy. And especially with counterparts, like I said, in my own experience, my counterpart can read my energy in a very like in a way that is, I just can't hide. I can't hide anything, right? And not that I'm hiding anything, but like if I feel any flicker of insecurity or I'm triggered in any way, my counterpart can see that. Same, like vice versa. It's mirrored, right? You could have food allergies. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, good food. So maybe you're someone who enjoys food like me. A cozy home. You could be working on your home right now. You could be into yoga. So the gazelle represents supreme grace, and this is how they feel about you. This awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, and this can inhibit it from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. So, and this talks about no more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. So that's what I meant. It's like this person is seeing you as no longer afraid of them. No longer, I don't know why I'm hearing naive or like, I don't know why I'm hearing that. But this person knows that you're no longer going to put up with bad behavior is what I'm hearing. And this talks about sit down, find your breath, and nourish your gentle spirit. And remember in the beginning, oh, that's magic. This one talks about nourishing yourself and it talks about grace. And remember those two cards I had with nourishing yourself, self-growth, and the grace card, the beauty card. That's magical. Anyway, that's how they're feeling about you. So you're not chasing, you're in this very divine feminine energy. This is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let me just look at the raccoon. I'm wondering if the raccoon is them. Shadowy. Remember when I was talking about if it's a little too shadowy for you? Shadowy. No way. We have the hawk, and today I saw a hawk, and I thought, I wonder if that'll come out when I use that animal deck. I'm going to take all of these. Anyway, so there is something, for some of you, you're very creative, because this person is seeing you as like a creative being. But I'm seeing this as them. The mask, raccoons are misunderstood, in my opinion. You could be really good with musical instruments, or you could be a musician, or you could just be very talented and artistic. Again, I don't think this is you. I think this is them. And look, there's like a standoff here. It's like you're not budging, and they know that if they want it, they need to come forward. I'm just thinking about raccoons and the way I'm seeing, like, have you ever seen a clip of a raccoon on the internet breaking into somebody's house, and they come in the door and the only part of them that moves is their hand? So one thing I'm hearing is this person could have been very good at taking from you, however that's resonating to you. For some of you, that could involve finances, I'm hearing, but they could have just been very good at taking your energy but not giving it back. Anyway, and it talks about, again, I feel like this is your person. Unresolved issues around self-image. And it talks about shadows. And the fact that this person could have been wearing a mask with you, or is wearing a mask, like is being sneaky about watching you. That's earth energy. So we have earth and fire, and we also have air. So the hawk, where are you, little hawky? I did see a hawk today while I was driving. Messenger of divinity. So divine connection, right? Feeling like, I don't think this person is sitting around thinking, oh, they were divinely sent to me. I think you are. Or maybe you were. For some of you, maybe you don't want this person anymore. But it does feel like this, I'm hearing heaven sent. So maybe they see you as someone who is heaven sent. Sees clearly, intuitive. Yes, very intuitive, very perceptive. Sees clearly, very intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much and is suspicious. And again, there's something about, I feel like this is you and this is them. And I feel like you could have, this won't be for all of you, but you could have been suspicious about something with this person. You could have said, hey, are you doing this, or are you feeling this way? And this person could have completely put up a mask and said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. And maybe you were very on to them, is what I'm hearing. This card talks about fate. So this person does feel like this was a fated connection, or, you know, that's how they're understanding it. Because I always say, I kind of feel bad for the counterpart who's not into tarot and doesn't know what a twin flame journey is. Like, imagine, I'm sure at one point you didn't know what it was and you were experiencing this very confusing journey, and then you found tarot, and then you started getting your answers and you started understanding it and understanding why these things happen, and the separation and the triggers and the intensity and the longing and the dreaming and the signs and synchronicities. Like, you know what this is. Imagine being, I went through that for like a month or two, not knowing what it was, feeling like I was losing my mind. Imagine being on this journey. I'm talking to your person. Imagine being them on this journey for months or years and never knowing that it's a twin flame journey, never having that knowledge. I always say knowledge is power. I always kind of secretly hope that, you know, the universe will push some of these videos onto these divine masculines' feeds, you know? It also talks about redirecting course. So you could have redirected the course of this person's life in some way. Okay, now I want to get one more for how they're feeling about you. How are they feeling about you? Eye contact could be very symbolic, specifically green eyes or blue eyes. If your person has brown eyes or you have brown eyes, it doesn't mean that this isn't your reading. Look, we have the shadow. Exactly. Like, just very, like, the first 2 minutes of this reading, I said something about very shadowy, right? So you've definitely triggered this person's shadows and their wounding. All right, so I'm just gonna cut the deck here. Whoops. We have the womb. Oh my goodness. So again, there's something about, I feel like you gave this person love that again, they didn't know how to hold it. They didn't know what to do with it. The mask. Come on now. That's magical, isn't it? That's 3 cards about masking. So what are they masking? What is this womb card about? I hate to say it, but like maybe you have a very, like maybe you showed them, this is sad, but maybe you showed them love that not even their mother showed them, is what I'm hearing. And again, I keep hearing they didn't know how to hold this love. They didn't know how to make space for it. They didn't know what to do with it. Now my dogs are howling. The womb, where are you? I'm using the table of contents. But where are you? 155 equals 11, which, anyway. The nest. Nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. That's how they feel about you. Nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. And when in dark, in balance. So remember I said I was seeing that raccoon just taking and like not moving, not giving any other energy, just taking. So there could have been an imbalance here, especially with this twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. You'll notice that divine masculine did not come out, which makes me think this person is not in their divine masculine energy yet. Is there anything? This talks about feminine principles, warmth, tenderness, sacred intelligence. It is a card of receiving. So you could have wanted to receive more energy from this person, is what I'm hearing. And this card talks about the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. The womb awaits your return, and this is how they're feeling about you. So it's like they're feeling like you're awaiting their return to heal and grow. So maybe you said to this person, unless you're open to healing and growing and balancing this connection, then there's my boundary. Like, don't come back is what I'm hearing. So yeah, take those as they resonate, but clearly this person has been masking that. Again, very heavy, like I'm hearing autistic, and the fact that I brought up how I used to make autistic content. And I'm just going to tell you right now, when I found out I was autistic, I didn't know what being autistic meant. And I remember when I told my mom that I was autistic, and I said, I'm going to be honest, Mom, it's, it's genetic. Like, so chances are you're autistic. And she said, I have never been, nor will I ever be autistic, because there's this image put out not on social media anymore, because people have really broken the stereotype using social media about autism. But a lot of people for the longest time thought that being autistic meant you had to look a certain way or act a certain way, or you had to, you needed to present a certain way. And I'm just thinking of, like, I'll just throw out the example of Rain Man. If you've ever seen the movie Rain Man, and that's not accurate. Being autistic is a spectrum, and I'm telling you, there are so many people out there that are undiagnosed autistic that don't know they're autistic. When I found out I was autistic, which now I know is probably just, a lot of people believe that autistic people are just spiritual people not meant for this world. Like, they come from other planets. I'm not calling us aliens. I'm not saying autistic people think that way, but a lot of spiritual people in the spiritual community, have realized they're autistic, and they believe that that has something to do with it. Why am I talking about this? This must be important for someone. But like I said, there are a lot of people walking around out there that are autistic and don't know they're autistic. And when you're autistic, it makes you behave in certain ways. So, like, sometimes autistic people get labeled as narcissists, for example. Or sometimes autistic people have a really hard time communicating. And I've mentioned it before, that I'm autistic, and even when I'm sitting there with my phone and everything in my soul is like, communicate, 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 say something, I hit a block where I can't. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to word it. I don't know what I'm feeling. And it doesn't, like, I'll sit there for hours wanting to say something, and then in the end, I'll say like 2 words. So again, there's this very heavy energy of your person maybe being like undiagnosed autistic. So I just wanted to mention it. I know for some of you, maybe you already, like, your person already knows there. But again, a lot of people are only finding out now that they're autistic, and that they've gone their entire lives masking. Anyway. All right. So let's see. That message was for someone, so I'm not going to apologize. Let's see how your person is feeling about you. That one came out quickly. We have the tear, blue eyes, the tear for how they're feeling about you. 5 of Cups, maybe. Like, I'm not saying that. No, I think they've cried over you, the 5 of Cups. I'm not saying that this is what this card is about, but just the fact that we have a tear here, clearly they've, cried over you. So let's just look in the book. Reading Rainbow. I should really charge my iPad so that I can... Oh my gosh. I should really charge my iPad so that I can actually look up these songs that I channel for you. So we have Anima Mundi. I'm probably not saying that right. And listen to this. This is how they're feeling about you. Look at the star in there. The soul of the world, all that is. And now there's a song that's trying to come through, but I don't know what song it is. All that is. What is that? Anyway. So this is someone who sees you as the soul of the world, all that is. And it says, accepts all, rejects none. So you could be someone, I was getting this very unconditional, loving energy from you. So you could accept, like, especially if you're a divine feminine, you could be on the part of the journey where, you know, when you heal, it's hard to judge others. It's like your capacity for judging others, which is actually a really good thing, is non-existent. You can kind of see everybody's side of the story. You can show everyone unconditional love, no matter where they came from, what they did. This also talks about cosmic forces. This is one of the initiation cards. So I feel like you initiated this person into healing is what I'm hearing. It talks about cosmic forces. It talks about separation, shared consciousness, the connective fiber that makes life meaningful, an initiation on the level of the soul. You will awaken the unique light within and witness how this light contributes to the radiance of the entire universe. So clearly you've awakened this person. Man, oh man. All right. So we have, that's interesting. We have the tear, the mourning, the release, the rain. So this is someone who's feeling like you've released them. And maybe now, because you've released them, they're finally able to mourn you. Again, people who have these avoidant attachment styles can avoid feeling the pain and the loss of someone for months, if not years. They can put it off. And especially if it's like a runner-chaser dynamic. So if you're constantly thinking about them, if you are constantly thinking about this person, I'm feeling called to tell you that every time they pop into your head, redirect your energy somewhere else. It's almost like, for some reason, I'm thinking of ER, where there's this therapist who deals with, she has like a client who has obsessive compulsive disorder, and she gets him to wear an elastic band around his wrist, which is funny because I was showing you this bracelet. And anytime he starts having obsessive thoughts or he starts counting, she tells him to snap it. And he snaps the elastic band to kind of get him out of that mindset. So I'm feeling called to tell you that if you truly want to help this person, to redirect your energy, like if you're divine feminine, divine masculine, runner, chaser, if you start to think about this person, just by thinking about them, I'm not talking about like sending them love and light. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like if they're constantly popping into your head, or you're wondering about what they're doing, or, you know, you find yourself longing for them. The best thing you can do for this person is to snap it and redirect your energy onto something else. Somebody said in my comment section about how every time you think about your counterpart, go for a walk. Like, just go for a walk. Channel that energy into your own health, and it will do wonders, and you'll get to see, you know, you'll get to see the world. So that's my advice to you, is to help this person feel the loss of you and to finally face these emotions. Anytime you are longing for them or they pop into your mind, redirect your energy. I know it's easier said than done, but try to keep yourself busy with loving on yourself and doing the things you want to do. And again, redirecting your energy anytime they pop into your head, because when they pop into your head and you start longing for them and start thinking about them and start imagining a life together and and even like reminiscing about the past or thinking about bad past experiences, like arguments you had, you're actively sending this person energy. So that's my advice for you, is that we're like, picture a stop sign or something, snap it is what I'm hearing, so that this person can actually feel the loss of your energy. But for a lot of you, I feel like they already are, because they see you as releasing them. So they're already feeling that energetic release. Drowning, murkiness. So clearly this person is like shedding tears over you, or they're feeling you letting go. Tears are the droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or a situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. And I feel like you are already okay at being vulnerable with this Gazelle card. This Gazelle card talks about vulnerability. So I already feel like you are ready to be vulnerable. But that's what this person needs to feel vulnerable, and how it talks about a conversation. Some say that the tears, I have chills right now. Some say that the tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. I have chills from head to toe. So, if you do feel like you're hanging on to this person, maybe you do need to have a really good cry and let those emotions run their course. And like, I used to talk about it. I haven't talked about it in a while. But when I feel that sadness that I need to release, I turtle on my bathroom floor. And what I mean by that is I go on my bathroom floor because as a child, that was my safe spot. I would hide in the bathroom when there was like the stuff in my house going down. I found comfort in my bathroom. So that's like my safe spot for crying. And what I mean by turtling is I sit on my knees and then I get into a ball on my knees and I turtle on the ground and I listen to sad music that I know is going to provoke emotions, and I let it release. And if you're mirroring with this person, that's a way that you can help this person, is to release emotions on your side. And I know some of you are like, but you just told me not to think about this person. Maybe by releasing it, by having that, time listening to sad music, mourning them, truly mourning them, it will help you release them and stop thinking about them so much. And mirroring, it will help this person. Anyway, this is a collective reading. So I feel like for some of you, this person is already in mourning. But yeah, that's how they're feeling about you. And again, let me just repeat this. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or a situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. So it feels like breaking point, right? We had the breaking point card. So there's some sort of breakthrough that's happening or coming. And it says, there is grieving to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that once acknowledged will bring a shimmer of clarity. So again, if you want to help this person and you are still feeling disappointed and emotional about this, feel it. Allow yourself to truly feel it and grieve it. Anyway, that's what we have for you. So what are you? We have the Queen of Crystals. The Queen of Crystals in this deck is the Queen of Swords in reverse. What are you about? Whoops. Queen of Swords in reverse. Past wounds, strained connection, introspection, and healing. This is how they're feeling about you. My guides told me to turn that card over. Queen of Swords in reverse. Withdrawn, distrustful, distant, cold, guarded, detached, contemplative, serene. Past wounds, strained connection, introspection, healing. So that's how this person is feeling you're being with them right now, which again, I'm not surprised because we had that boundaries card. So let's get back to shuffling. We have the Queen of Cups. So clearly they, you know, unconditional love. They see you as someone very compassionate, very giving. I already talked about these energies from these other cards. The womb, remember the womb? You could have shown this person a love. I know I already said this, but you could have shown this person a love that not even their mother showed them, and that could have triggered mother wounds. We have the Page of Cups. This person could be younger than you. The Page of Cups is new perspectives. So it feels like this person is getting new perspectives in love. There's also that vulnerability with the Page of Cups. So maybe that, you know, you were really vulnerable with this person. Maybe this person wasn't comfortable being vulnerable with you. But this tier will open up that vulnerability, or did. We have the Emperor, divine masculine energy. That is interesting. All right, so let's cut this deck. It's so weird to work at night for me. Like I never film in the evenings. So 10 of Stars in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, family interference, perhaps family wounding. Maybe this person had an unstable childhood. 10 of... My throat's closing over. Family disputes, bankruptcy, debt, conflict over money, instability. It talks about conflict between love and family, outside opinions of love, debt, unstable career, financial loss, a challenging time, and a lack of security. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So clearly you went through a challenging time with this person, and there wasn't security within this connection. There wasn't stability because it talks about instability. Again, there could have been family, like conflict between love and family. So maybe your family was an interference, or their family and friends were an interference. I'm also hearing family wounding, like deeply ingrained behaviors that they inherited from their parents. Interesting. So this person is feeling quite unstable is what I'm seeing. And look, 9 of Stars, it's almost like, I don't know, this almost feels like you and them. I want to do it that way. That you are stable and secure and glowing up, 9 of Stars. And this person is feeling very unstable, you know, like someone's pulling the rug out from underneath them. The other thing I'm seeing, 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. 10, 9, 10. 9s and 1s could be symbolic. 10, 9. October 9th, September 10th. November 9th, September 11th. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But you could have also triggered this person's fear of commitment. And like maybe this person was very independent or had a fear of giving up their independence. Anyway, so let's see how this person is feeling about you. Let's see how this person is feeling about you. We have the 3 of Cups. So like, and the Sun, divine masculine energy. So this person does feel you're very healing with the Sun card. But what I'm seeing is this person feels like you're enjoying your life. Like you're, you know, this isn't getting you down. Again, that's their perception. You could be feeling quite differently, but they're perceiving you as continuing on with your life. Maybe they're seeing you spend a lot of time with your friends. Maybe they're seeing you celebrate something. This is happiness, you know, so clearly again, I keep hearing they're perceiving you as being very happy without them and moving forward. Oh my goodness, which is exactly what they need to wake up, is what I'm hearing. Especially if you're dealing with like that runner chaser dynamic, or you're dealing with an avoidant. Anyway, so this person feels like you're, again, spending time with your friends, you're getting out there, you're socializing, you look happy, you're healing. There could be something about a birthday here, like maybe you have a birthday coming up, or one just passed, or they do. This is also someone who feels that you are their happiness, and that, again, there's something very healing about you. But look at this. You, my friend, shined a light on their shadows. I'm telling you. And again, if you want, the example that I used once that's coming to me now is, in The Nightmare Before Christmas, where Sally or Jack or whoever, I think Sally's the hero in that situation, where Oogie Boogie's mask comes off, his outer layer comes off, and all those little bugs are like, "Ooh, my bugs, my bugs, my bugs." That's how I kind of envision, like, when somebody shines a light on your shadows start screaming. They become uncomfortable. So maybe your name's Sally or Jack. I don't know. Or maybe your name's Oogie Boogie. I don't know. But anyway, clearly you triggered this person's shadows. They feel like you triggered them to go within and really look at themselves. How is this person feeling about you? We have the Queen of Wands, glow up energy, my friend. Yes. Yes, black cat energy. Look at the little black kitty. You're a black cat energy. Or again, that's how they're perceiving you, right? So for how they feel about you, I feel like you were quite open with this person at some point in your connection, because there's something about openness and vulnerability coming out. Not vulnerability with the Queen of Wands. That was the gazelle. Oh, the gazelle's a fire too. Queen of Wands. But the Queen of Wands can be very open in a relationship. And I'm not saying you had an open relationship. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm hearing open marriage for some of you. Like maybe you're in that complicated situation where you're living in a platonic marriage. Anyway, but they're feeling like you are glowing up, that you are attracting a lot of attention. You're in this magnetic energy because probably you're not chasing them. It makes you more magnetic. When you focus on yourself, when you put all that energy into yourself and your own soul, it makes you irresistibly magnetic, is what I'm hearing. Again, black cat energy, glow up energy. And we have the Six of Crystals. So for some of you, this person does feel like you're moving on. And again, that's kind of what they need to step into that Emperor energy. Let's get a couple more for how they're feeling about you. Very sexy, very passionate energy with the Queen of Wands. Look, Nine of Swords. Yes. So this person is feeling, like you are glowing up. You're very self-focused, working on yourself, socializing, focusing on you is what I'm hearing. Nine of Pentacles, very independent, very self-sufficient. And then we have Justice. So they're seeing you as someone who, or they're feeling like, there's a few things I'm hearing. That you took your power back. That you wanted fairness for some of you. You wanted fairness within this connection. And maybe this person wasn't giving it to you. So you directed your attention onto yourself. The other thing I'm hearing is that this person may feel like they need to apologize or bring you justice for some type of situation or take accountability for something with that Justice card. Let's get one more for how they're feeling about you. We have the Page of Crystals. So for how they're feeling, that's like they're watching you. I know some readers will tell you that the Page of Crystals doesn't mean that. The Page of Swords doesn't mean that. But for it's really dependent, in my opinion, on the reader who's reading the energy and channeling the energy. So for me, Page of Crystals is an energy of someone who's watching you or trying to get more information on you, right? They're trying to get more information about you. So they're either watching you or they're asking people about you. It's also someone who wants to get on the same page as you and start a conversation with you with the Page of Crystals. I also feel like this person feels like you're learning a lot about yourself through this journey, or you've learned a lot about yourself. So I just want to look at how they're perceiving you. How are they perceiving you? We have the Hermit. So they're perceiving you as, you know, soul searching, on your own journey. And then we have, that's an interesting one. We have the Chariot. So I just need to look at this for a second because self-discipline and focus, that's what I was getting for how they're perceiving you. So they're kind of perceiving you as, again, there's this energy of you moving forward without them. Maybe you're moving, maybe you're traveling, but it's kind of like they're perceiving you as taking the reins of this situation, like you're taking matters into your own hands, right? You're taking your life into your own hands. You're very focused on self here. There it is again, Six of Crystals. So this is someone who's definitely perceiving you as very self-focused and moving forward without them. You're no longer waiting for them. And again, it's not a game. It's energy, but that's what needs to happen for this person to step up. So let's look at this person's current energy. We have the Three of Wands. Envisioning a future, there's growth. There is growth here. There's progress here with the Three of Wands. And remember this daydreaming card. This is someone envisioning a future with you. This is someone, for their current energy, they are trying to work towards establishing a stronger foundation in their own life and eventually with you. Remember that card, one day. So they're looking off into the future. One day we will overcome these obstacles. One day we'll be able to build something stable. But that stability starts with them. I don't believe that I used to believe it, but I don't believe that two unstable people can come together and build something stable. I'm hearing two wrongs don't make a right. Not that being unstable is wrong or unhealed is wrong. But I don't believe that two unstable people, or one stable and one unstable, like very unstable, can come together and build a strong foundation. That takes two stable people within their own foundation. Maybe you have a farm, because I said stable so many times that I'm seeing like a stable with horses. Anyway, that's just for like one of you. But this person is like envisioning a future with you someday, one day, someday, another time when I'm more stable. But again, their current energy, they are establishing a strong foundation. They're starting to establish a strong foundation within their own energy, which is really what you want. You know, you don't need to, I think sometimes on this journey, divine feminines can feel like it's their job to save the divine masculine, and it's not. They have to save themselves, is what I'm hearing. And we have strength. So right now, this person is working on their confidence and working on their stability, which again, if they want to be that emperor, they need to be confident. So that is really great. I like that. I like it. Let's look at what that could mean for the other areas of their life. So their energy, momentum, confidence, expansion, growth, foresight, looking ahead. Creating a lasting foundation, new horizons in career, expanding career options, expanding views about finances, expanding financial goals. And it does look like they're in control of their situation. And this is on page 80, which is strength. So I find that beautiful. So this is someone, you know, stabilizing in their own energy, and it's probably because they feel you releasing them. So again, some of the things I mentioned on how to kind of take your energy off of them by snapping it, by, you know, redirecting your focus onto yourself whenever they pop into your head, to, if you're feeling any type of unresolved emotions, to feel them and release them. Courage, bravery, confidence, compassion, self-confidence, inner power. So, strength shows that you have the inner strength and fortitude during moments of danger and distress. So they are trying to be strong right now. It talks about self-mastery at work, bold career moves, taking big steps. Very nice. This person is in an energy of resilience. This is actually really good. It's really good. So I want to see how they think you feel about them. How does this person think you feel about them? How does this person think you feel about them? We've got the King of Cups. So remember, we had the Queen of Cups, King of Cups. So for some of you, I'm hearing low effort, because for some reason, I'm seeing the shadow of the King of Cups right now. So this person thinks that you feel like they didn't put in enough effort, or that you feel like they were emotionally manipulative. Just side note there. But I also believe that this person feels like you do see the potential in them. With this Page of Stars, that's a Page of Pentacles. They, you know, for how they think you feel about them, you do want a new chapter, or now I'm confusing myself. How does this person think you feel about them? They think that you want a fresh start with them, that you want a new chapter with them if they're going to heal and put in more effort, and show you more love and compassion. All right. I'm also hearing that this person feels like you see the potential in them, whereas maybe no one else has ever seen the potential in them, is what I'm hearing. And again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying about, this is a very long reading. Oh my gosh. I just looked at the timer at 1:2:23. So you're on the right path. And I will end this reading in a minute. But that goes back to what I was saying, where you could have seen a glimpse of this person's higher self when you first met. And maybe you always believed in them. That's what I'm hearing, that you always believed in them, or you always encouraged them. Let's look at this person. Like, when they think about the future, what do they think about? What does this person see for the future? Again, fancy way of asking for their intentions. What are your intentions with my bestie? Tell me. We have the Star. So they do still have hope for this. And there's hope for healing and reconnection with the Star. We have the Nine of Wands. That's an energy of perseverance. That's an energy of self-improvement. So this person's intentions are to, you know, work on themselves, to persevere and to reconnect with you and to heal this. Again, the Nine of Wands is love that's not easy. So this person knows this won't be easy, but they're up to the task, is what I'm hearing. Like, they know it's not going to be an easy journey, but this is their wish fulfillment. This is what they truly want. So their intentions are to fight for this with that Nine of Wands, to overcome the obstacles, to, you know, make those improvements they need to make so that they can be in your life. What action will they take towards you? We have the Ace of Wands. That is so interesting, because I was just looking at that and my guides were like 8 wands and that person holding the Ace of Wands. Like, I just had that thought about this person's intentions to take action and to communicate, but I didn't say anything. And then the Ace of Wands came flying out. So again, this person is going to take control of this situation. They're feeling inspired to take action towards you here in the future. And then we have the Ace of Crystals, 2 aces, 11. Remember, I pointed out that page was 155, which was 11. What does 11, where's my little thing here? Beginnings, 1 are symbolic of beginnings. And 11 faith, humanitarian, accepting, tolerant, intuitive. The shadow side of 11, codependent, manipulative, oversensitive. So that could be, anyway, I didn't get the sacred wounding deck in this reading because it's far too long at this point. Clearly I missed doing a reading because I blinked and it was like an hour and a half. So, but in the future for action, look, we have communication, we have inspired action, communication. This also looks like maybe flirting to me, like a little bit of flirty communication. And then 9 of Crystals is alleviating stress by sharing. So this person getting something off their chest. Let's just confirm the action. Let's confirm this action. We have the 6 of Crystals, which is interesting because that's, remember how I talked about mirroring and how it can come at a delay. And right now they're perceiving you as in 6 of Crystals, like transitioning, right? Moving forward. And then in their actions, they're mirroring that energy, which not moving on from you, but moving towards you, catching up to you. It's making me think of the 6 of Cups card in, I wonder if it's near the top here. Probably not. I'm just going to hope that it is, but it's probably not. Actually, that thought that I just had there, if you have any of those thoughts, get rid of them. That thought of, maybe they can heal, but probably not. Maybe they'll come towards me, but probably not. The minute that I said that, my guides were like, why are you being so negative? Where are you? 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords. I really want to find it for you because it came to my mind. Sorry. I've never even seen that card in this deck. All right, there it is. So I was hearing mirroring. This is you moving away from this, trying to detach, moving forward with your life. Again, moving forward doesn't have to mean that you're giving up on this person. It just means you're no longer waiting for them. It means you're not standing still. And in this card, you see the masculine catching up to them. That's what I'm hearing with this, like, because this is to confirm Ace of Wands. So that's inspired action. 6 of Crystals, reconnection, repairing a disconnect. Maybe your name is Crystal. Anyway. All right. And look at the bottom. We have the 4 of Wands. And what did I say? Their current energy, they are creating stability in their own energy right now so that in the future they can create stability with you. 4 of Wands. And that shows for some of you, their action could be about living together or like marriage proposal. Anyway, 4 of Wands for their actions. That is beautiful. What advice do you need about this connection? 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, Sun. This is possible. This is a big fat yes for emotional fulfillment, okay? For your advice, this is possible. Believe in the impossible. Like if you're not believing in this, stop that. Remember how I said with that when I was looking at the cards? Well, maybe it's at the top, but probably not. And Spirit was like, stop that negative attitude. So anyway, you have a big fat yes here. So remain hopeful and positive is what I'm hearing for your advice. And also your advice is to work on your own healing, which you already are, and your own emotional fulfillment. Another human being shouldn't be our emotional fulfillment. So if you're looking at this, if you're saying things like, I won't be able to be happy without this person, that means there's wounding in you that you need to look at, because fulfillment and stability needs to come from within, not from without. Does that make sense? So work on your own emotional fulfillment. Again, this person can't be your emotional fulfillment. They can't be the ones, like some people think, I'm not saying you, and I've felt this way in the past, but some people think that by being in love or being with our person, that will fix everything, and it doesn't. We have to repair our own foundation first. So that's my advice for you. But also the fact that you've got a big fat yes about emotional fulfillment. So don't doubt it. Let's look at future energy of these two peoples. We have the Page of Wands, inspired action, Ace of Crystals, communication, breakthrough moment. You're going to have a breakthrough moment. And remember that Tear card talked about a breakthrough moment. I don't want to take all of those. We had the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands, which fell face down. This one was face up, so I took this one. What's underneath you? The Nine of Crystals in reverse again. And death, transformation and rebirth, new beginning, my friend. Two of Cups, yes! Look at both of you healing. Look at those two snakes, both of you healing. And this is about, you know, deepening of an already existing connection. This is about reunion energy, Two of Cups. And look what's underneath, the Hierophant. So commitment, marriage, yin and yang. So in the future, there is this person, inspired action. This is confirming their actions. They pick up that wand, they take that inspired action. And there's communication here leading to an honest conversation, a rebirth, and then reunion, and then marriage. Like, and Eight of Wands, like lots of communication. Eight of Wands is rapid change and rapid growth, like rapid forward movement. I just heard it's going to take off like gangbusters. I don't even know what that means, but there you go. So I'm just going to get, I just want to get a few channeled messages because I can't help myself. Again, the reading is long because I haven't revealed. I want to tell you the truth. This reading is very long because I mean, all of my readings are long and I don't care, but I missed you guys. Clearly. Oh my gosh, the first cut we have mend. I want to fix our connection. I'm taking that. Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. I told you. Anyway, I'm going to take that for the cover. That's beautiful. I'm going to take that one too. So let's see channeled messages from your person. They're unsatisfied with the way things are between you right now. And we have damage. We are both still hurting from this. So clearly both of you were hurt in this. You know, not just you. We have new chapter. I'm trying to move on. So I feel like this person, I keep getting that they feel like you're moving on. I feel like that's you, if I'm being honest. But this person, I feel like they've struggled to move on without you because remember the bitterness about this. I mentioned that they can't move on and at times they feel bitter about it. Shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. I'm taking that card too. And we have reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And we'll just get one more. We have reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. So my friends, that is your reading. Thank you for your patience. I know it was a long one. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.